Hello everyone. Today we'll be exploring how to purchase a fixed asset. To purchase a fixed asset, you first need to create an asset category. That is basically a similar way to categorize the same kind of assets or a classification, more like that. So we are creating an asset category manufacturing machinery. And by default, whichever asset would be categorized under this category would have a similar depreciation method, that is a straight line, and the frequency of depreciation is 1. We are setting it to 1. That means we wish for the asset to depreciate annually for a period of 5 years. The depreciation posting date, we are keeping it by the month end, and the account that it would be categorized into would be the plant and maintenance. We'll be saving the asset category. That's how our asset category has been created, and we'll be creating an item that will later on link to that asset. The item, let's assume, let's create something about the machine. So definitely we'll be creating cutting machinery in this case. Since it's a fixed asset, we'll be deselecting the maintain stock and we'll be selecting the fixed asset. Then the asset category, it would be categorized into the category that we have just defined, and we are also selecting the part where it has been written auto create asset on purchase. That basically means when we'll be purchasing this asset, like creating purchase invoice and that purchase receipt, the when we'll be purchasing the item, basically after the purchase invoice and receipt would be created, the asset would automatically be created the moment we'll be purchasing that item. For our ease, we're just keeping like the item group to be very general. We'll be saving this item and then we'll be purchasing this item. So we are creating a purchase invoice here. New purchase invoice. We'll be selecting our supplier. None of the supplier seems to be. Let's create a new one here. So we'll take it from the techno, so we're just keeping it like that. The item that we have just created, that is the cutting machinery, and it's going to be expensive. Let's keep it about 2 million. Yeah, 2 million. And then we have filled all the necessary dates. Oh yeah, we did not set the fixed asset account against this particular asset. Done. We'll be saving it and then we'll be submitting our purchase invoice. Okay, the status is unpaid. Definitely we'll be creating a purchase receipt against this particular purchase invoice, and the details have been mapped from the purchase invoice. We'll be saving it and we'll be submitting the purchase receipt. Alright, the location, since we selected the auto create asset on purchase, so it's necessary that we mark the location of the asset. And yeah, that's done in the purchase receipt. We'll now be submitting it and it has been accepted, completed. So the purchase cycle has been completed. See, it says the asset has been auto created with the purchase of that particular item, and that's our asset cutting machinery. Since it's a fixed asset, we need to go with the depreciation details, and we need to calculate the depreciation. See, since it belonged to that category, the manufacturing machinery. So the details about the depreciation have been mapped like that, the frequency to be 1 and the total number of depreciation to be 5. Well, we are assuming that the asset is available to be used. uh, yeah, the asset depreciation schedule has been created, and this is how, since we kept the posting date of depreciation to be the end of the month, so that is from where the depreciation posting date will be calculated. And like it would go on along with the 5 year, and then the difference would also be calculated from the 18th till 30th, and then we'll be submitting the asset, and our depreciation schedule would be submitted alongside, and that's how our depreciation schedule looks like. This asset has been categorized. See, that is how the ledger would look like once the asset has been bought. We are viewing it at the end actually, but yeah, that's how it should look like, the capital work in progress account against the creditors. And once we'll be finalizing the payment of the asset, let's just keep it simple by choosing the mode of payment cash. The status would be changed to submitted, and then if we'll be viewing the ledger account, the entries have been reversed, so it's the creditors against cash and the balance is null. So that is how you create a fixed asset.